In the quiet funeral home, the man carefully released the balloon string, skillfully blocking the security camera, then locked the only entrance, isolating himself from the outside world. Time was running short. He quickly moved the cabinet under the ventilation duct and expertly unscrewed the cover plate with a coin. At the other end of the duct, a specially designed toy was already in place. Ethan operated the remote control, and the toy crawled toward him slowly like a ghost. Racing against time, he swiftly pulled the belt from his slipper and dashed to the coffin to secure the fixing nails. Just as he was prying open the nails, thinking everything was going according to plan, the belt suddenly snapped in two. To make matters worse, the footsteps of staff members were already echoing in the hallway. In this critical moment, Ethan had no choice but to pry open the nails with his bare hands, finally lifting the lid of his mother's coffin. By now, the toy in the ventilation duct had reached its target. Ethan jumped onto the cabinet, grabbed the toy, pulled the rope tight, and slowly extracted the hidden body. Working efficiently, he placed the body in his mother's coffin, quickly closed the lid, temporarily secured the nails with his dress shoes, and rapidly restored the room to its original state. With everything ready, he straightened his suit and calmly opened the locked door, sitting casually by the coffin. But just as the staff member was about to enter, a piercing phone ringtone shattered the silence. Ethan panicked momentarily, frantically trying to move the coffin lid to retrieve his phone, unaware that the staff member was already at the doorway. Just as the staff member pushed open the door, the ringtone abruptly stopped. Ethan sighed with relief. As he prepared to leave, the vigilant staff member suddenly called out to him, "Hey, sir, you forgot your balloon." Ethan hurriedly took it, thanked him politely, and hastily departed. Leaving the funeral home, Ethan finally caught his breath. As it turned out, his elaborate scheme was necessitated by an accident 3 hours earlier. He had just received the devastating news of his mother's death and was frantically driving to the funeral home when he swerved to avoid a dog crossing the road, causing an accident that left the other person unconscious. To make matters worse, a police car happened to appear not far away. To protect his position as a police officer, Ethan hastily hid the victim's body and proceeded to the funeral home as if nothing had happened. During the funeral, a text message from the inspection team struck like lightning. A citizen had reported him for accepting bribes, and his vehicle was about to be inspected. Ethan sat on pins and needles, barely able to breathe. In this crisis, inspiration struck, and he devised this killing two birds with one stone plan. After the funeral, he carefully examined the ventilation ducts of the funeral home. Confirming his plan was feasible, he immediately took action, preparing a rope long enough and using the toy to transport it to the other end of the duct, successfully placing the accident victim's body in his mother's coffin. Afterward, Ethan meticulously staged an accident to legitimately replace his windshield, thinking he could cover up the incident. However, fate had other plans. While investigating a drug trafficking case, he was shocked to discover that the scene was exactly where his accident had occurred. Even worse, a colleague revealed that an eyewitness had observed the accident days before, and the entire process had been clearly recorded by surveillance cameras, and Ethan, despite his perfect plan, seemed to be heading toward the edge of collapse.